what you need, tell me what you wanna give, how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
I'm here all day. Good shot. Good shot.
Wilson. Looking right sideline. That's complete. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. First carry for James Conner. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Third down, here's Haskins. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Tight down. There you go.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Haskins will throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5s.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Right there in the middle.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Able to haul it in is Kittle. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. And look at this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson, forced out to his left. That's caught inside the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
50, Mike, 50. 40. Back. Front left. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Seahawks 0.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw again is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
This is Carson. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Check 24, check 24.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
It's our time. Watch the safety.
Now a give, right side. Carson slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slapped. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he connects with Vance McDonald. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he's got his man on the out route. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And that's good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Wilson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw is Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you...
And that's caught inside the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick here is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Haskins to throw on second down. Open man here is Gentry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on third down, Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On second down, it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Room here to run. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go, 50.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
Silver. Gun. All go special.
On third down, Carson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal.
Mike, check 55. 12. Check.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
On second down now. It's Carson, and not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
Further.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Now Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. He'll find Metcalf. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Seahawks on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
61, matchbox lights.
Got the screen. Whip. Watch the whip.
Look at me, zipper.
Mike 50, Mike.
Snap.
Again, Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Lane. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 17-yard line.
On second down, Samuels. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Pittsburgh.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he fires one incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football. 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they held them in check on the scoreboard. Got an open man, it's Washington. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Haskins. And it's brought in by Washington. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On first down, it's Samuels. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Jaron Reed. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
I can't believe it. Topper! 25, check 25, check 25.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hit it.
After the interception, here's Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is brought in at the 21.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Carson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half.